Hey everybody, it's Liam Landry, the Small Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, here to give you my review of the March 21st episode of NXT and tell you if it was worth it. So the night starts off with a recap of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic so far, all the matches that we've seen. This is good, get you in the mood to watch more of the matches with it. But then they also make the announcement that Tyler Bates is injured and he's not going to be able to compete in there. And Mustache Mountain as a whole is going to be able to compete because of that. And they also make the announcement that William Regal has picked Roderick Strong to replace them in the match. So Roderick Strong has to pick, tag team partner. And if you saw the ending of last week's show, you can kind of get the idea of who that person's going to be, seeing as the last week Pete Dunne got saved by Roderick Strong when Pete Dunne was getting beaten down by the Undisputed Era. So it definitely plays more into that. Like, you feel like there's going to be a team up. And of course, since this tournament, the winning of the tournament basically ends with facing down Undisputed Era in TakeOver New Orleans, it makes a lot of sense that that's what they're building to, the idea of Strong, Dunne versus Undisputed Era. So then we get right into that match afterwards. And it was a really great match. On one team you had, like I said, Strong, Dunne, and the other team is Orkin and Birch. And all these guys work really well off each other. Very similar styles, very hard hitting, and just really just kept going. And there was a lot of times when you legitimately thought, oh, this match is over, and then they just pull out something from nowhere and it just keeps going. And it was just really great, real good ups and downs. Definitely the best match so far in that tournament, and I felt it was the best match of the night. Though I would say the main event does rival it, and I think a lot of people would say that one was the best match, but this one was really, really good. Definitely worth it. Definitely must see. It ends with Dunne and Strong winning, but Orkin and Birch definitely still look very strong coming out of this, and definitely look like they can do a lot of stuff in the tag team division going forward. So after that, we had a few backstage segments. One with the Undisputed Era, basically calling out Pete Dunne once again playing up that rivalry, and also calling out Cassie Sono, who has a match that night with Adam Cole. So, this was good. This was fine and all. Then, after that, we had a segment with William Regal coming out and saying that next week he's going to be debuting some news that's going to change the landscape of NXT. So, that'd be great for next week. That doesn't really matter anything right now. I don't know why you had to make an announcement for an announcement, but it's what they do. And then after that, we had another Ciampa segment. Basically, they've been doing these last few weeks where Ciampa comes out, tries to cut a promo, but the crowd, of course, is booing him constantly. The crowd is giving little Johnny Gargano signs, and basically they're all holding it up, just booing him and not allowing him to speak. And while it was really great the first time, and it was pretty good the second time, now kind of going to the third time, it's like, they're really kind of just stretching this out, really pushing it. Gladly enough that these segments do seem to end here, because as Ciampa is going through and ripping out people's signs and all, he ends up knocking out the sign of this one guy, and that guy ends up being Johnny Gargano, who goes and jumps him and starts attacking him, and they have to be separated by security. So it definitely shows that right there and then they're going to have a match at TakeOver New Orleans, and that'd be really good. I think that probably should have happened maybe the last time they did this type of segment, because like I said, it was just kind of getting tiresome, by this point, but it's still good that it happened. and it should be a great match when they get there. So I don't know. I guess I would say it's still worth it, just for the part where they're fighting at the end. And after that, we get to our women's match of the night. This is Ember Moon versus Aaliyah. And this is really not much of an interesting match because they don't really put much interest in the match. Because halfway through, Shayna comes out from backstage and she goes to the announcer's table and she starts commentating. And they put a lot more focus on her than they do the match itself. And this is, of course, just playing up more the match that they're going to have at TakeOver New Orleans. But I really don't feel the segment was really needed. Shayna's not that great on the mic as it is. So to have that be one of the main focuses, it's not really that great. And it's just not worth it overall. I would, look over it if I was you and watching this match. Anyways, with that over, we were going to have another match, but that gets interrupted by Adrian Almas, who comes out to cut a promo for Aleister Black, or against Aleister Black. And this was just, like I've said before, when Adrian Almas is going out there and he's just, yelling, and just his accent's so thick, I really can't make out what he's saying, and it's just, it's probably just me. I know other people can probably hear him a lot better, and maybe they like it more, but I'm just not a big fan of it. And he's a lot better when he's more calmly talking, and I can understand him. He's definitely better when that happens, but when he's yelling, it's just, no, I can't hear him, sorry. So I personally don't feel that segment was worth it. But anyways, after that, all the segments are done. We get to our final match of the night, Adam Cole versus Cassius Ohno. And this was a great match. Like I was saying before, it really rivals the tag team match. I like that a little bit more, but I can see why people would like this one more. That's kind of a matter of, what your opinion is. There was, they worked well together, had great back and forth, hard hitting, great moves, some really good ring psychology. It was just, all this stuff you really want from a match. And it really felt like it had the right amount of time too. It didn't seem rushed. So it was a really great match. Definitely worth it. And we get to the night overall. It has a really great start and a really great ending, but with a lot of stuff in the middle that was not that great. So I would definitely say, watch the beginning, watch the end, those two matches. I guess watch the Ciampa segment, Ciampa Johnny Gargano segment, because that was the stuff that was really worth it. And you definitely don't want to miss those matches, because those were just too good to miss. But yeah, just do all those, skip the other parts, and then you have the best NXT show to watch, basically. Anyways, that was the March 21st episode of NXT. If you like this video, remember to leave a like. If you really like the video and want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe and ring the bell to get notifications. Especially get notified when we go live, because we go live at most of the pay-per-view events. And I also want to talk about the fact that we're going to be starting a podcast. We don't have a name for the podcast yet, but we're going to be starting a podcast after WrestleMania. So you're going to get some more information as that gets closer. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA. And until next time, see ya.